This isn't the graceful, red carpet Nicole Kidman you thought you knew. This is the Nicole caught on hotel security cameras, screaming, swinging, and allegedly slapping her co-star to the ground. Yes, you heard that right. Hollywood's Ice Queen just melted down in public. And the footage is spreading faster than a TMZ notification. But wait, how did the Oscar-winning legend, the woman who survived Tom Cruise, end up behind bars for attacking rising country star Maggie Baugh? Was it jealousy, betrayal, or a setup so twisted even Netflix couldn't script it better? Social media is already on fire. Hashtag Nicole Unhinged is trending. The internet detectives are zooming into every blurry frame of that hotel video, and fans are torn between defending their queen or canceling her for good. And let's not forget the plot twist of the century. Whispers say this fight wasn't about fame. It was about Keith Urban. That's right, her husband. The country prince caught in a love triangle nobody saw coming. So buckle up. Because what started as a private argument has exploded into Hollywood's most shocking rest of the decade, and the truth behind it will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about Nicole Kidman. The night everything fell apart for Nicole Kidman didn't happen on a movie set. It happened in a quiet corner of the peninsula. Hotel in Beverly Hills, no lights, no scripts, no cameras. Just one security lens that would later send shockwaves through Hollywood. It started as a whisper, Nicole Kidman arrested after hotel fight. But within hours, it turned into a viral wildfire. The footage was grainy, chaotic, but one thing was clear. The woman in that silver gown wasn't acting. She was furious. Eyewitnesses claim Nicole stormed down the hallway barefoot, shouting Maggie Baugh's name. Some say they heard something about betrayal. Others say she was holding a broken champagne glass. No one could believe it. Nicole Kidman, the face of calm composure, the queen of quiet intensity, suddenly looked like she'd snapped. The footage showed Maggie cornered by the minibar, Nicole lunging forward, and a scuffle that ended with Maggie screaming for help. Hotel staff rushed in, but the cameras caught enough to destroy reputations, enough to start an internet war. Within minutes, hashtags erupted. Hashtag Justice for Maggie. Hashtag Nicolagos Nuclear. Every entertainment blog had the clip on loop, slowed down, zoomed in, overanalyzed to death. TikTokers were doing dramatic reenactments. Armchair psychologists were diagnosing Nicole with everything from repressed rage to post-fame burnout. And yet, behind all the chaos, something didn't feel right. Why would Nicole, meticulous, controlled, calculated, suddenly attack her friend and co-star? Then came the first twist, the real story behind the video. According to an anonymous crew member from the set of their upcoming film Broken Halo, tensions between Nicole and Maggie had been boiling for months. Maggie wasn't just a co-star, the source whispered. She was close to Keith, too close. At first, it sounded like gossip. Hollywood runs on jealousy. But then the receipts started dropping. Someone leaked text messages allegedly between Maggie and Keith Urban, late-night messages, secret hotel bookings, cryptic don't tell her lines. The screenshots were blurry, but believable enough to fuel chaos. Entertainment channels began connecting the dots. Maggie Baugh, the younger, rising country artist who'd just collaborated with Keith on a private demo project, had apparently gotten more than professional attention. And Nicole found out the hard way, through a voice memo Keith accidentally sent to her phone. That was the moment fans say the real Nicole emerged. Not the actress, not the icon, but the woman behind the mask. A woman betrayed, a wife humiliated, a mother pushed to her breaking point. Paparazzi footage from earlier that day showed her arriving at a film premiere with Keith, smiling, flawless, while he looked distracted, almost guilty. The internet noticed. One fan tweeted, "Keith looks like a man with too many secrets." Another replied, "He's about to meet the wrath of a redhead scorned." No one knew how prophetic those words would be. Hours later, Nicole was in handcuffs, arrested for alleged assault and property damage. The police report described an altercation between two women in a private suite and visible injuries sustained by the complainant. But fans weren't convinced. The first wave of public opinion was brutal. TMZ called her Hollywood's ticking time bomb. Tabloids printed headlines like, "From Grace to Rage, Nicole Kidman's downfall." She was painted as an unstable diva, unable to handle her husband's fame. Memes flooded Twitter. One showed Nicole's face edited onto a boxing match poster titled Kidman vs. Baugh, the ultimate showdown. But then, the second leak hit, a private recording surfaced, allegedly from the same night. A muffled argument between Maggie and Keith in the hotel hallway. The audio was faint, but clear enough to catch Maggie saying, "She knows. You told her everything?" And Keith replying, "Just stay quiet, please." Suddenly, the story shifted. Maybe Nicole wasn't the villain. Maybe she was the victim of a betrayal that played out right under her nose. By the next morning, the internet flipped. The same people who had been dragging Nicole were now defending her. TikTokers called her a woman scorned, and fans started trending #IST and with Nicole. Someone even made a documentary-style video titled The Betrayal of Nicole Kidman that hit 1 million views overnight, behind closed doors. Hollywood insiders whispered that Nicole's PR team was scrambling. Her lawyers demanded the full hotel footage be released, not just the edited clip that showed the attack, but the full hour leading up to it. And when snippets of that uncut footage leaked, everything changed again. In the extended video, Nicole could be seen confronting Maggie calmly at first. No screaming, no violence. Just questions, pointed, painful ones. "Did you sleep with him?" she asked. "Was it before or after the studio sessions?" Maggie's face said everything. She didn't deny it. She didn't even flinch. That's when Nicole threw the drink. That's when everything spiraled. Viewers suddenly saw not a villain, but a heartbroken wife pushed to her emotional limit. A woman who had just realized her marriage, her entire world, had been a lie, and the public ate it up. YouTubers turned the footage into 10 this video analyses. Relationship coaches dissected her body language. Even psychologists went live saying, "This isn't a breakdown, it's a breakthrough." Meanwhile, Keith Urban vanished. No interviews, no statements, just silence, which only made people dig deeper. One insider claimed Keith had checked into a private retreat to escape the press. Another said he was under investigation by Nicole's lawyers for emotional fraud and infidelity. The rumor mill spun nonstop. The craziest, this video? Reportedly, Nicole had been keeping a personal diary documenting her suspicions for months. And once she got out on bail, she posted excerpts on social media, handwritten pages, ink smudged with what looked like tears. Lines like, "I don't know who I married anymore," and "The silence between us is louder than the applause." Those posts broke the internet. They weren't just confessions, they were poetry drenched in pain. Fans compared her to Taylor Swift writing her revenge era. Some said, "Forget the Oscars, give her a Grammy for this heartbreak." At that point, the narrative wasn't about violence anymore. It was about betrayal, womanhood, and power. Nicole wasn't trending for what she did. She was trending for what she represented, a woman standing up after being humiliated in front of the entire world. But Hollywood wasn't ready to let her off easy. Production companies quietly froze her upcoming projects. Fashion brands pulled her from campaigns. Studio executives whispered she was too unpredictable to ensure. It was the classic Hollywood exile, a fall from grace disguised as PR management, and that's when Nicole did what no one expected. She fought back. 3 days after her release, she appeared outside the courthouse, wearing all white, symbolic, powerful, calm. Cameras flashed, reporters shouted questions, but she said just one line before walking away. "Sometimes the truth has to break before it's seen." The clip went viral instantly. Fans called it the quote of the year. Others said it felt like the start of a movie, and maybe it was. Because from that moment on, the world realized Nicole Kidman wasn't done. She was just getting started. The world thought Nicole Kidman would retreat, hide behind her lawyers, and quietly disappear while the storm blew over. But that's not what happened. Because what came next wasn't a press release. It wasn't a staged apology or a PR-controlled statement. No, Nicole did something no Hollywood actress of her caliber had ever done. She went live on a quiet Sunday night. Nicole Kidman, fresh out of jail, face bare. Eyes swollen, pressed go live on Instagram. Within minutes, over 2.3 million people joined the stream. The chat was chaos. Are you okay? What happened with Maggie? Did Keith cheat? It was pure digital hysteria. Nicole looked straight into the camera, silent for nearly 10 seconds, long enough for the suspense to build like a thriller intro. Then, in that calm, cinematic voice that's defined her career, she said, "The world has seen me angry. Now, it's time to see me honest." She didn't name names, but she didn't need to. She talked about betrayal, about women being gaslighted into silence, about trust being weaponized, and then came the line that broke the internet: when you realize the person you love the most has been rehearsing lies instead of love, you stop acting too. Lies instead of love, you stop acting too. Boom, just like that, Nicole Kidman flipped the entire narrative. She wasn't a violent wife. She was a woman betrayed by two people she trusted the most, her husband and her friend. By the next morning, her live had been replayed across every platform. Hashtags like #NicoleSpeaks and #BelieveNicole started trending. Even celebrities joined in. Reese Witherspoon commented, "We love you." Sister Viola Davis reposted the video with the caption, "The truth always finds its stage." Within 24 hours, Nicole Kidman wasn't a criminal. She was a cultural symbol, but Hollywood doesn't like when its secrets get out within a week. New leaks began surfacing, supposedly exclusive reports claiming Nicole had a history of emotional outbursts on set, that she'd been difficult during past productions, that she was obsessed with control. These articles all came from the same anonymous source, someone deep inside the entertainment machine. And fans noticed something odd: the pattern, the timing, the tone. Every single one subtly redirected the narrative away from Keith and Maggie. It didn't take long for online investigators to dig up connections. A journalist from an independent pop culture site claimed those anonymous leaks were being fed by a PR firm connected to Keith Urban's management. One tweet went viral: "Nicole's fighting for her life. Keith's team is fighting for their reputation. Guess who has more money?" Still, Nicole had something money couldn't buy: proof. 2 days later, screenshots surfaced from what appeared to be Maggie Baugh's iCloud backup. Dozens of messages allegedly between her and Keith, dating months before the film even began. Conversations that hinted at emotional manipulation. Coded messages like "she'll never know" and "don't text me on weekends." It was the kind of digital evidence that Hollywood publicists dread: personal, believable, and scandalously mundane. Suddenly, Maggie's innocent image collapsed. Tabloids flipped again. The same outlets that had painted Nicole as a monster now called her the phoenix of betrayal. YouTube commentators who had once mocked her now released 40-minute deep dives with titles like "Nicole Kidman was right all along," and "As always, the internet turned messy." Some fans blamed Maggie for seducing a married man. Others turned their anger toward Keith, accusing him of orchestrating a PR smear campaign. One Twitter thread summed it up perfectly: Nicole lost her temper. Keith lost his integrity. Maggie lost her career. Meanwhile, Keith Urban remained silent officially. But behind closed doors, insiders claimed he was panicking. Contracts were being reviewed. Brand partnerships were reconsidering their association. Even his upcoming tour was rumored to be on pause. Then came the courtroom scene. Nicole's legal team filed a civil suit against both Maggie Baugh and Keith Urban, citing emotional distress, public defamation, and professional sabotage. That's when the documents hit the media. Pages and pages of alleged private recordings, screenshots, and hotel logs. It wasn't just scandal anymore. It was evidence. And the headlines practically wrote themselves: Nicole Kidman lawsuit shocks Hollywood. I was betrayed in every sense. Keith Urban facing $20 million lawsuit. PR silence deepens. Maggie Baugh's career on the line as Nicole unleashes proof. The trial hadn't even begun, but the public had already picked sides. Nicole was the wronged queen reclaiming her crown, and Maggie was the fallen protege whose ambitions had crossed moral lines. What no one expected: though, was what Nicole revealed next. In a move that stunned both fans and the press. Nicole released a short documentary clip on her YouTube channel titled Unbroken, the Nicole Kidman story prelude. It was raw, unfiltered, and devastatingly personal. Shot on an iPhone, it showed behind-the-scenes footage from her years with Keith, birthday videos, tour clips, handwritten notes, laughter that now felt tragic. Then came her narration, "When you give someone your forever, you don't imagine them renting it out to someone else." The clip ended with a single phrase on screen, "Coming soon." That's all it took. Within 48 hours, Unbroken had over 30 million views. Media analysts said it was the perfect emotional chess move by turning her trauma into art. Nicole had taken control of the narrative and monetized her pain before her enemies could. And Hollywood suddenly found itself in a moral crisis. Should they blacklist her, or should they applaud her for breaking the silence that so many women in the industry never dared to? But not everyone was clapping. Maggie's legal team fired back with a statement claiming Nicole's unfounded accusations were an attempt to deflect from her violent conduct. They hinted at countersuing for defamation. Keith's lawyers, meanwhile, insisted that the alleged affair was fabricated and that Nicole was emotionally unstable. It was a full-blown legal and PR war, and every word fueled the internet's obsession. Podcasts dissected the timeline. Reddit threads exploded with receipts. TikTok creators broke down facial expressions frame by frame, as if decoding a thriller. Theories ran wild. Some said Keith and Maggie were setting Nicole up. Others believed the entire fight was staged to promote the upcoming film. And then, something happened that threw gasoline on the fire. A leaked voicemail late one night. An anonymous user posted a recording to X, formerly Twitter. In it, a voice sounding unmistakably like Keith Urban could be heard saying, "She knows everything. We're done." The voice on the other end, allegedly Maggie, whispered, "Then we deserve what's coming." The post racked up millions of plays before it was taken down. But by then, the damage was done. Every outlet ran with it. Even mainstream media, which had tried to keep its distance, finally entered the chaos. CNN did a segment titled Nicole Kidman vs. Hollywood's Double Standards. The Guardian ran an op-ed, "Why we punish women for breaking down, but praise men for breaking rules." Suddenly, this wasn't just gossip. It was cultural commentary. And Nicole Kidman? She stayed silent, completely. No interviews, no posts. Just that one haunting image she uploaded to Instagram. A close-up of her eyes. Captioned, "Still here." That post hit 10 million likes in 24 hours. Meanwhile, Maggie Baugh vanished from social media. Her management released a brief statement saying she was taking time to heal from recent events. Fans weren't buying it. Her concert dates were quietly canceled. Sponsors backed out. And every video she'd ever posted was flooded with comments calling her the other woman. As for Keith Urban, well, that was the final piece of the puzzle. TMZ reported that Keith had left their family home and moved into a rented property in Malibu. Neighbors told reporters they could hear late-night arguments and see boxes being delivered. Someone even claimed to have seen Nicole's assistants removing personal items. Divorce rumors spread like wildfire. Nicole didn't deny them. She didn't have to. Her silence spoke louder than any statement ever could, and just when the public thought they'd seen the worst. Nicole's legal team teased a new motion to release additional evidence in court, including previously unseen footage from the hotel hallway. The clip, they said, would change everything, and just when everyone thought the madness couldn't get any louder, boom. Nicole Kidman walked out of her Beverly Hills mansion in handcuffs, her head down, face hidden behind massive sunglasses, and paparazzi flashes blinding the air like fireworks. The caption under every viral photo read the same thing. Nicole Kidman arrested after Maggie Baugh attack footage goes viral. The internet didn't even wait for court documents. Twitter turned into a virtual courtroom. People were dissecting every frame of that leaked footage, claiming it was proof that Nicole had finally snapped under pressure. Some fans swore they saw her scream Maggie's name before the swing. Others claimed it was CGI from an AI-generated smear campaign. but the damage was done. Overnight, Nicole Kidman went from being Hollywood royalty to the center of a nationwide scandal that made even TMZ blush, and here's where things get even wilder, according to insiders. Maggie Baugh's team wasted no time. They filed a civil suit for emotional and physical damages, claiming Nicole's assault wasn't spontaneous, it was premeditated. Their argument? Nicole had been leaving cryptic comments under Maggie's posts for months. Things like "enjoy your moment." It doesn't last forever, and there's room for only one redhead on the stage. Now, whether those were real or deepfakes, nobody knew. But the internet didn't care. They screenshotted, reposted, and turned them into memes faster than Nicole could refresh her lawyer's number. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, Hollywood executives were reportedly panicking. A source inside Warner Brothers allegedly told The Daily Leak that Nicole's latest movie, a $200 million sci-fi epic, was put on indefinite pause. They feared audiences wouldn't separate the art from the scandal. Advertisers were pulling out, brands were reviewing partnerships, and one insider even whispered, "She's radioactive right now," but Nicole wasn't about to take this lying down. Her publicist, Gloria Franks, known for her cutthroat damage control, issued a 12-paragraph statement at 3 a.m., claiming that Nicole Kidman was the victim of a smear campaign, orchestrated by individuals with financial and personal motives. They hinted at forged footage, digital manipulation, and a conspiracy to dethrone a Hollywood icon. Oh, it was dramatic. Fans ate it up like it was a Netflix trailer, and then came the curveball no one saw coming. Leaked police audio. Yes, someone probably from inside the LAPD allegedly sent the audio of Nicole's arrest to a gossip blog called Viral Veins. In the clip, you can hear an officer reading her rights while Nicole repeats, "You don't understand." She started it. Whether she meant Maggie or someone else was up for debate. But TikTok detectives spent hours analyzing every breath, every tone, every echo. Hashtags like #FreeNicole and #Justice for Maggie started trending simultaneously. The world was split right down the middle. But let's not forget Hollywood loves a scandal, as long as it sells. Within days, Maggie Baugh's single Redemption Highway shot to #1 on iTunes. Some people accused her of milking the drama, saying, "Funny how her career blew up the second Nicole got arrested." Others argued she was a victim finally getting the sympathy she deserved. Meanwhile, Nicole's past interviews started resurfacing clips where she looked tense, defensive, or overly cheerful, and everyone claimed they were signs of instability. It was like watching a career autopsy happen in real time, and here's the kicker. Rumors began swirling that this wasn't even the first confrontation between Nicole and Maggie. According to anonymous crew members, there had been a previous altercation during a charity event months ago. One alleged witness said Nicole snatched a drink out of Maggie's hand and muttered something about copycats. Another claimed Nicole warned Maggie to stay in her lane, of course. None of these witnesses ever appeared on camera, but gossip blogs ran the quotes anyway with dramatic black and white photos and captions. Like the fall of a queen, then came the big reveal that shook everything. Again, Maggie's team supposedly handed over a new piece of footage to authorities. This one showed a private after-party moments before the attack where Nicole allegedly cornered Maggie near the stage curtain. You could hear shouting, glasses clinking, and a tense voice, allegedly Nicole's, saying, "You took everything from me." But guess what? Experts quickly jumped in to say the clip could have been AI generated. Deepfake or not, the internet didn't care. Truth had officially become optional. And as chaos unfolded, Nicole's legal team fought back. They filed a countersuit, accusing Maggie and her label of defamation, career sabotage, and psychological harassment. They claimed the entire scandal was a setup to ruin Nicole's credibility before awards season. Her lawyer even released a 47-page document titled The Manipulated Footage Theory, complete with timestamps, metadata, and suspicious upload logs. But while lawyers argued, something strange happened. Nicole disappeared for 5 straight days. No one saw her. No paparazzi photos, no public sightings, no Instagram stories. Hollywood insiders whispered she was in rehab. Others claimed she fled to Australia. Some conspiracy channels even alleged she was under private protective custody after receiving threats. Whatever the truth was, it made the mystery grow bigger. And then day 6 she reappeared. In a plain white t-shirt, no makeup, sitting on her porch with a black coffee in hand, giving what she called my first and last statement. The video went instantly viral. She said, "I made a mistake that night, but not the one they think." Her tone was calm, but her eyes said everything. Viewers froze. What did she mean? Did she hit Maggie? Was she covering for someone else? That line became the headline of every entertainment outlet for the next 48 hours. Soon after, the case took yet another wild turn. An alleged witness identified only as TR came forward claiming they saw a third person between Nicole and Maggie during the altercation. Someone who instigated the argument and pushed it out of control. Internet detectives went crazy trying to guess who it was. Some speculated it was Maggie's manager. Others said it was a jealous producer. A few even suggested Nicole's husband, Keith Urban, was there that night, something his team quickly denied. But Hollywood, oh Hollywood, never lets a good scandal die quietly. Talk shows started booking body language experts, lawyers, and psychic energy readers to discuss the Kidman incident. A fake documentary teaser titled Nicole, The Night Everything Changed started trending before being mysteriously pulled from YouTube. And just when it seemed like things couldn't escalate further, a court clerk accidentally leaked Nicole's upcoming hearing date and charge details, aggravated assault with intent to harm, and obstruction. The fandom wars reignited. Team Maggie said, "Lock her up." Team Nicole said, "It's all lies." And in the middle of this chaos, someone on Reddit claimed to have unreleased security footage from the night saying it shows Maggie throwing the first drink. Suddenly, the narrative flipped. People began asking, what if Maggie wasn't as innocent as she seemed? That one rumor alone changed everything. Within hours, #justice for Nicole started trending again. News anchors backtracked. Bloggers issued updates, and a new theory surfaced that Nicole's attack was actually self-defense. By the time Nicole finally appeared in court, she was a different person. No glam, no red carpet, or just a woman caught in a tornado of fame, rage, and revenge. The judge granted temporary bail, but warned that the footage will speak louder than any statement. Outside the courthouse, a protest broke out, fans screaming, "Hollywood protects its own," while others chanted, "Free Nicole Kidman." It was chaos, and cameras captured every tear, every flash, every tremble of her hands. And maybe that's the real story here, not just about who hit who, but about how fast the world turns truth into entertainment. In an age where a single video can destroy a lifetime of legacy, maybe nobody wins. Not Nicole, not Maggie, just the headlines, because in Hollywood, the court of public opinion always delivers the harshest verdict. First, and mercy never trends. So, what do you think really happened that night? Was Nicole Kidman truly the unhinged Hollywood diva who finally lost control, or was she framed in a high-stakes PR war designed to destroy her legacy and crown a new redhead queen in Maggie Baugh? Was that footage real, or just another AI-fueled deepfake cooked up by jealous insiders with too much power and not enough morals? Because, let's be honest, Hollywood runs on chaos. Fame has always been a performance, and sometimes the audience can't tell who's acting anymore. One minute you're holding an Oscar, the next you're holding a mugshot. But maybe that's the price of staying relevant in an industry built on illusion. And if this entire scandal was manufactured, who's really pulling the strings? The labels? The studios? Or the influencers who profit off every meltdown, every viral frame, every headline soaked in scandal? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Whose side are you on? Team Nicole or Team Maggie? Do you think this was justice, jealousy, or just another Hollywood setup gone viral? If you want more shocking exposes, raw investigations, and twisted celebrity truths that mainstream media won't touch, don't forget to like this video. Smash that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss the next drop. Because here on Lumi Legacy, we don't just report the news, we expose the performance. We expose the performance.